Hello everyone, and welcome to my The Bold and the Beautiful News official YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribers button and give this video a thumbs up. The gun, the mint, and the motive. It started innocently enough, a gifted mint. Just a special peppermint from Poppy's stash that Luna gave Will to loosen up. But what neither of them knew was that this was the same batch of mints that once caused Luna to hallucinate and sleep with Zend, thinking he was RJ. Why was it in her purse? Why did she give it to Will? Was it an accident, or a setup? As the mint took effect, Will became emotional. Luna tried to calm him, but something else was in that apartment, something much darker. A gun. Was it his? Bill's? A plant from Sheila Carter? Theories fly, but all we know is this: a gun went off. Will collapsed. And Luna screamed. Blood on her hands, Luna's descent into panic, words, 10,000. The moment Will hit the floor, Luna froze. Her hands were covered in blood, her voice cracked with hysteria as she dialed 911. He's shot. Please, he's not moving. But even as paramedics rushed in, Luna couldn't explain the truth. Did she shoot Will? Did he shoot himself? Was there someone else in the room? Flashbacks reveal chaos: Will trying to kiss Luna, Luna resisting, a struggle, a scream, and then bang. But Luna's mind is foggy, and her words contradict what viewers see in the footage. Her story is falling apart. And so is she. I should have protected him. Bill's breakdown at the hospital. When Bill Spencer arrives at University Hospital and sees his only son unconscious and hooked up to machines, the tough billionaire finally breaks. Gone is the powerhouse mogul. In his place is a broken father, sobbing at his son's bedside. You can't leave me, Will. I'll give up the empire, I'll give up everything, just wake up. Doctors say the bullet lodged near Will's spine, and surgery may be impossible. He may never walk again. He may not even survive the night. Katie collapses. Brooke tries to comfort her. Ridge arrives with questions. And Bill? He cries. For the first time in years, Dollar Bill Spencer is completely shattered. The police interrogate Luna: murder or mistake? The LAPD doesn't buy Luna's version of events. With gunshot residue on her hand and no signs of forced entry, Luna becomes the prime suspect in an attempted murder. Detective Sanchez grills her. Sheila watches from afar, smirking. And when Steffi learns of Luna's involvement, she explodes. You brought this chaos into our lives. You poisoned RJ, and now Will's dying? Even RJ begins to doubt Luna. And as Luna begs for forgiveness, no one is listening. She may lose everything: her freedom, her career at Forrester, her relationship with RJ, and possibly her sanity. DNA bombshells, paternity chaos, and Sheila's shadow. As Will's condition worsens, Katie makes a shocking confession: Will may not be Bill's son. A buried past with Nick Marone resurfaces, adding fuel to an already raging fire. But the twist? Will always knew. And he never told Bill. Meanwhile, Sheila Carter is lurking, manipulating Luna, whispering that this is all part of a master plan to destroy the Spencers. Did Sheila orchestrate the shooting? Did she swap the mints? Or worse, did she switch the gun? Will flatlines, the monitor goes silent. Fans were not prepared for the next episode. In a heartbreaking moment, the monitor beside Will's bed flatlines. Nurses rush in. Katie screams. Bill falls to his knees. No. No. Come back to me, son. CPR begins. The room clears. Minutes feel like hours. And then, a faint beep. A miracle. Will is alive, but barely. His fate is sealed: he may be paralyzed, brain damaged, or worse. Bill swears revenge: Luna will pay for this. Bill goes full dark. He storms into the police station demanding Luna's arrest. She tried to kill my son. I don't care if it was an accident. She ruined him. Ridge tries to reason with him. Brooke pleads for compassion. But Bill is out for blood. He calls Justin Barber. He wants Luna prosecuted. He wants her gone. But not everyone agrees. Poppy defends her daughter. RJ threatens to leave the family. And Deacon begins investigating, because he believes someone else pulled the trigger. The real shooter revealed, a hidden camera changes everything. Security footage from Will's apartment changes the game. A hidden nanny cam, installed years ago by Katie, caught everything. The video shows Sheila entering the apartment 10 minutes before the shot. She switches the gun. She plants evidence. She smiles. And the actual shooter? Electra, Luna's half-sister. Wearing a wig. Disguised. The footage shows her manipulating Luna's memories using doctored audio. It was a frame job. Luna is innocent. But is it too late? The escape, the arrest, the trial. Electra flees to Cabo. Sheila disappears. Bill sets a $1 million bounty. Deacon follows a trail of forged passports and burner phones. Eventually, Sheila is caught at a boat dock, and Electra is taken down after a high-speed chase. The trial is a media circus. Luna is cleared. Bill apologizes, but Luna doesn't forgive him. Will is in rehab. He can't walk, but he can speak. And what he says in court will change everything. Redemption, forgiveness, and a new beginning. Will, in a wheelchair, tells Luna, "You saved me. Even when I didn't deserve it. I remember everything now." Bill breaks down again. Katie takes his hand. Brooke comforts Ridge. RJ proposes to Luna in the courtroom. In the final scene, Will wheels out of the courthouse, smiling through pain. Luna, at his side, holds his hand. Bill walks behind them, a changed man. At Forrester, Nick tells Brooke that right there in the eatery, Taylor proposed to Ridge and he said yes. Brooke can't believe this, she didn't suppose that was what he wanted. Nick knows it's not what she wants to hear, but Ridge and Taylor are engaged. Nick offers Brooke an indispensable. Brooke knew Taylor was hopeless, Ridge wasn't going to get down on one knee. Nick observes that she beat him to it. Brooke's having a hard time accepting this, but Nick knows what he heard and what he saw. He put the ring on her cutlet. They're engaged, Brooke. Brooke Nick B&B. Nick felt it was better coming from him and not also. Brooke asks him to tell her exactly what was said. He recounts what he saw and heard, noting they didn't know he was there. Brooke thinks it sounds like Taylor possessed Ridge. Nick says it's not over for interpretation, she brought an old engagement ring with her from St. Thomas. Brooke suppositions it's really passing. Nick's sorry. Brooke appreciates it coming from Nick. She allowed. Ridge would wake up and realize that she hadn't betrayed them. She fought for them. Nick suggests she fight for herself for a change. He plays her and Taylor against each other. Does she really want to live this way? Brooke says it's just hard to let go. Nick decides he wouldn't go to Italy while she's like this. It's time for you to pick up the pieces, Brooke, and I'm going to help you do that. You're not alone. Nick Brooke B&B. Brooke knew Ridge and Taylor were living together, but she no way allowed. It would come to this. It no way lasts with them. Nick hisses, with him. Forrester can't commit to anyone for long. Ultimately, he'll leave Taylor and come crying back to her. Don't let that be this time. He tells her, you have another choice. They flash to their marriage back in the day and grasp. Ridge prepares himself. At the Forrester manse, Ridge and Taylor respect her ring on her cutlet. He's happy that she's wearing it again. Taylor feels empowered after asking him to marry her. Ridge wouldn't anticipate anything lower from her. They kiss and he looks reflective. Ridge Taylor kiss B&B. Ridge teases Taylor about being a romantic and she laughs that he's not easy to surprise. He says she did and it worked. Taylor's so agitated for their future. Ridge muses that the ring has so numerous recollections it's like St. Thomas was history. Taylor's ready to start the coming chapter. He hopes it'll be easier than the last bone. They'll all be happy. Taylor can suppose of someone who wouldn't be. Further, Brooke and Taylor get honest. Ridge knows it'll be a blow for Brooke. Taylor says she induced herself that he was going to go back to her. Ridge says they've a history, this is going to be tough on her. Taylor says she thinks this is all because of the achievement, but he's still with her, happier and further married than he's ever been. Ridge B&B. Taylor asks Ridge how RJ will feel about them being engaged. Ridge says he wouldn't be happy. Taylor hopes he'll eventually give them his blessing. She's sure Brooke will flip out and supplicate him to review. Ridge grunts, we'll see. He'll have to tell her himself. Taylor says, of course. Ridge says she'll always be in his heart. He respects her and this news can't come from anyone differently. Will's plan goes off the rails. At the Precipice house, Elektra, Steffi, Finn and Baker watch and hear as Luna tells Will that Steffi is the only thing standing between her and her father. Will's sure she wishes she could do commodity about it. Luna says, about Steffi? There is I can get relief of her. Steffi gops, that's it. We got her. We got Luna. Finn Steffi B&B. Baker tells them to hold on and they ask what more he needs. He needs further detail to solidify the case. In Luna's apartment, she tells Will she doesn't want to talk about Steffi. She's eventually got him all to herself. She kisses his neck, and he pulls down. Luna pouts and asks him why he's there. What's he really doing there? Luna B&B. At the Precipice house, Elektra worries that she's onto him. Finn frets as they watch Luna question Will about breaking up with Elektra. They were so in love the other day. Will tells her they're two veritably different people. That's why he demanded to see Luna. She wants to believe that. She really likes him but worries he's playing her. Why does he keep asking her about Steffi? Will aloud. Perhaps she demanded someone to talk to. She tries to clasp his shirt and reveals his line. Everyone panics at the Precipice house as Luna gasps, oh my god. You're setting me up. Will Luna laptop B&B. Baker calls for back over from the Precipice house as Luna harangues at Will that he doesn't watch about her. The flirting routine was just a setup. Steffi put you up to this, didn't she? Will denies Steffi's a part of this. Luna harangues that he wants her reverse in jail. She can't believe this. Will hollers that she killed 2 men, locked up Steffi, and hovered Elektra. Luna cries, you prevaricated to me. You faked me out. Will tells her she shouldn't be roving the thoroughfares. You're through. You're going right back to captivity, Luna. You've had your fun. Will crew B&B. Will tells Luna she no way ever should have been freed from captivity. His pater may have taken pity on her, but he'll be the Spencer to shoot her back where she belongs. Newsflash, they're hearkening. Luna smirks that he must suppose he's a real idol. Will tells her, you're coming with me. Luna opens the hole and pulls out her gun. At the Precipice house, Baker hollers, suspect has a gun, as Elektra and Steffi wrestle. At Luna's place, she tells Will, held at gunpoint, that she'll do anything, and I mean anything, not to go back to that captivity. In one of the most explosive arcs in The Bold and the Beautiful's history, fans are reeling as Taylor Hayes drops to one knee, right in the middle of a romantic restaurant, and proposes to Ridge Forrester. Even more shocking? He says yes. And just a table away, hidden in plain sight, Nick Marone watches the entire thing unfold. What happens next will shatter Brooke Logan's world and force her to question everything about her relationship with Ridge. And as Brooke grapples with heartbreak, Luna's descent into madness reaches a violent crescendo when she pulls a gun on Will Spencer. The proposal nobody saw coming. Taylor Hayes isn't waiting for destiny anymore, she's making her own future. As violin music plays at Il Giardino, Ridge thinks they're celebrating his new line at Forrester Creations. But when Taylor pulls out a ring, the ring from their St. Thomas engagement, it becomes clear this dinner is about much more. Ridge stammers, shocked, but ultimately slips the ring back on her finger with a smile. Taylor's eyes brim with joy, unaware of the man watching from the shadows, Nick Marone. Nick sips his bourbon, barely believing what he's witnessing. Ridge and Taylor? Engaged? Again? He leaves before being seen, but not before recording a snippet on his phone. Brooke's heartbreak begins. At Forrester Creations, Brooke is radiant, confident Ridge will return to her soon. She doesn't expect Nick to walk in with devastating news. Right there in the restaurant, Taylor proposed, and Ridge said yes. Brooke's heart sinks. Her hands tremble as she demands details. Nick recounts everything, the ring, the kiss, Ridge's stunned yet accepting smile. Brooke whispers, "No, that's not what he wants." But Nick is resolute. "It's not what you wanted, Brooke. But it's what happened." Nick's warning, and an offer. Brooke lashes out, surely Taylor cornered him, surely Ridge didn't really say yes. But Nick reminds her Ridge could have walked away. Instead, he slipped the ring on her finger. As Brooke's eyes fill with tears, Nick's voice softens. "You need to stop fighting for Ridge, and start fighting for yourself." In a bold move, Nick offers to cancel his trip to Italy to stay by her side. "You're not alone in this, Brooke. Not anymore." Flashbacks and flickering feelings. Nick and Brooke's tender moment erupts into nostalgia as flashbacks from their wedding cascade across the screen. Old vows, sunlit kisses, and whispered "I love yous." Brooke looks away, torn between past and present. Could Nick really be the one who helps her move on from Ridge? He leans in, brushing a tear from her cheek. "You have another choice." And for the first time in a long time, Brooke doesn't pull away. Taylor's delusion, Ridge plays along. Meanwhile, at the Forrester mansion, Taylor twirls her ring like a teenager in love. Ridge smiles, but his eyes wander. Taylor says she feels empowered for asking him. Ridge murmurs something noncommittal. They kiss, but the tension is thick. Ridge confesses, this is going to crush Brooke. Taylor is defensive, saying Brooke thought Ridge would always go back to her, but this time, Taylor insists, things will be different. "You're still with me." "You're happier than ever," Taylor beams. Ridge remains silent. RJ's wrath, Brooke's meltdown. RJ hears the news and erupts. He accuses Ridge of stringing his mother along. Brooke overhears and collapses into tears. Back at Il Giardino, Nick gets a call. Brooke has locked herself in her office. He finds her surrounded by framed photos of Ridge and their family. "I gave him everything," she sobs. Nick pulls her into an embrace. "He didn't deserve you. But I still do." Luna's dark side unleashed. Elsewhere in LA, chaos brews. At the Cliff House, Finn, Steffi, Baker, and Elektra huddle around surveillance screens as Luna's meeting with Will goes dangerously off script. Will's wearing a wire. Luna's talking about Steffi, and how she wants her gone. "There is. I can get rid of her," Luna whispers. Baker leans forward. "We got her." But inside Luna's apartment, things turn. She senses something's wrong. Her hands begin to tremble. Will tries to distract her, kisses her neck. She stops. "Why are you really here?" she asks. Then, her eyes go wide, she finds the wire. Gun drawn, lives at stake. Panic erupts as Luna pulls open a drawer and retrieves a gun. At the Cliff House, Steffi screams, "She's got a gun." Baker shouts for backup. Will raises his hands. "Luna, don't do this. You lied to me. You faked me out," she cries. "You're working with her." "With Steffi." Will insists Steffi had nothing to do with it. He only wanted to keep people safe. Luna doesn't care. She wants freedom. At any cost. "You're coming with me," she growls, the gun trembling in her hand. The shot heard across LA. The screen goes black. One shot rings out. At the Cliff House, Baker yells, "Move in." Inside Luna's apartment, smoke wafts through the air. Will lies on the ground, motionless. Luna stands in shock, the gun falling from her hand. Aftermath and arrest. Police rush in and cuff Luna as she sobs, "I didn't mean to. He made me." At the hospital, Bill Spencer is called to the ER. Will's in critical condition. Finn tells him the bullet missed the heart, barely. Bill breaks down beside his unconscious son, whispering, "I should have protected you." Steffi arrives, overwhelmed with guilt. "This all started because of me." Brooke's decision, and a kiss. Back at Forrester, Brooke receives the news. Will was trying to protect her. She breaks down again, and Nick is there to catch her once more. "You don't need Ridge," he says. "You've got me." And for the first time in decades, Brooke kisses Nick. The promise of a new beginning. At Will's bedside, Elektra takes his hand. "Don't leave me," she whispers. Outside the room, Baker announces Luna will be transferred to a federal facility. Taylor, watching the news, realizes this engagement may be cursed already. Ridge stares at Brooke's photo on his phone, lost in thought. In love and war, nothing is ever final in Los Angeles. The Bold and the Beautiful has done it again, given us heartbreak, betrayal, gunfire, redemption, and one epic triangle shattered and rebuilt from the ashes. As Luna faces justice and Will fights for his life, Brooke and Nick inch toward a second chance. And Ridge? He may have just lost both women.